To start off this makeup look, I'll be priming my eyes with the Fergie Wet n Wild eye primer. This is hands down my favorite eye primer ever. So I'm just taking a little bit of that and just putting it onto my eyes. The problem with my eyelids is that I have very oily eyelids, and when I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion or I'm using anything else other than this eye primer, I'd have to use about 2 coats onto the eyelid so that way my eyeshadow doesn't crease throughout the day. To set my eye primer, I am taking the Fall Festival palette by Coastal Scents, and I am taking the color Camois Nude. It's this color right here. I am taking the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm going to be taking the color Slow Burn and just putting it into my crease. Into the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I am taking this gold color right here, and this is going to be going onto my entire eyelid area. To make the color a little bit more vibrant, I am taking my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and I'm just spraying my brush a little bit. And going back with the Morphe M322 brush, I'm just going to be blending out that gold up top just so it has a smoother transition into the Slow Burn color. And then to place into the inner crease just after the gold and before the Slow Burn color, I am taking a little bit of this brown color. I don't know what they're called. And I'll be taking, again, the M322 brush from Morphe and putting a little bit onto my brush and darkening up the corners, the crease, sorry. I'm going to be taking the, I'm not sure what this brand is. I think it's Nicka K, Nickac shimmer eyeliner, and the color blue. And so I'm going to be taking this eyeliner and focusing this color onto about the inner corner of my eye to about the center of my eye. So now I am taking this eyeliner that I made, and how I made it was using the Electric palette, again by Urban Decay. I took the color Chaos, I just scraped a little bit out of the pan and put it onto like a little makeup artist thing. I take the Inglot Duraline. What this does is it takes anything like a powder, a pigment, an eyeshadow, glitter, anything like that, and all you have to do is just scrape a little bit out of the pan or the pigment pot or anything like that, and you put it onto the little tray, and then you put a little dot of this onto it, and then you mix it up, and it turns anything into a liner. So I am going to be taking this Real Techniques eyeliner brush and dipping it into the little eyeliner that I made. I'm going to blend a little bit into the last blue color we used and move out. And then from there, I'll still take a little bit of the blue eyeliner because we're going to be using that kind of color anyways, except in glitter form. And I'll be just winging out the eye and just kind of shaping how I want my wing to look. Does that look like it's even? I think that's good. I don't know. So I went in with the NYX Blue Glitter. It's the Face and Body Glitter. And I made my own eyeliner again. And I just took the leftover blue eyeliner that I had before and just mixed the glitter into that. And then I'm going in, making my wing. They're not even yet. Give me a few hours. Does that look even? I think so. I think this is the most even my eyeliner has been all week. Ah, fuck. Never mind. Shit. I have to go do this. Fine. Sorry I had to do it off camera. It was not working out, but I finally got them even. They're a lot thicker than I planned them to be, but you know what? Shit happens. So now for the lashes, I am taking an eyelash curler and mascara. Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. This is probably one of my favorite mascaras ever. It doesn't clump on me. It doesn't do anything negative towards my eyelashes. It just curls it, separates it. It's very light. It's lovely. The lashes I am taking today are the Morphe number 48 lashes, and they look like this. So you're just gonna place this on top of your eye to measure it out and see what you're going to have to cut. So you're gonna be cutting from the outside of the eye. So just say this was sitting right here, you're gonna be cutting from this side, not the inner. And I know that normally people do this before putting on the eyelashes or the eyeliner or anything like that, but now I'm going to tight-line my upper eye with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color, I guess, LSD. Oh. And so I take the lotion and I just put it underneath my eyes. I am really dry underneath my eyes, so I just do this just to kind of moisturize a little bit before I put on my concealer. I use the Erase Paste by Benefit, and I use number 2 medium to put underneath my eyes. It looks like this. I have a concealer that's a little bit more of a salmon-y color to cancel out the dark circles underneath my eyes. And then just taking a fluffy brush, I take the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder, and I use that just to set the concealer underneath my eyes. And I already primed my face before I started filming this video, and I have very oily skin, so what I use to prime my face is actually Milk of Magnesia. It just really helps almost dry out my face. As you notice, I do have a little bit of acne scars. So what I use to cover those up is between the Makeup Forever Professional 5 Camouflage Cream Palette, and I use the green to cancel out the red. So that way when I do place the color on top, it'll just kind of blend in more. Or since the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation is such a full coverage foundation, I've been using that a lot more lately just to put underneath a different foundation. So what I do is I just take a little bit of this and I just pat it with my finger. Now for my foundation altogether, I use the Maybelline Matte Poreless Fit Me foundation. And so I just take a little bit of that. And this brush is super dirty, so I'm not going to show you it. But it's the e.l.f. powder brush, and I just use this as a foundation brush. To set that, I am using the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder in the color 742A Natural Beige. And then I'm taking the Shade and Light Kat Von D Contour Palette, and I usually use the first color right here, and I am taking the Morphe M104 brush. It's a contouring brush, and I'm just dabbing that in, and I'm just contouring my cheeks. Personally, I don't bake. I don't over contour my face. I just prefer more of a natural face finish if I'm doing crazy eyes like how I am today. I'm not sure what any of these blushes are called, but I'm just taking this glittery salmony pink color and I'm just applying that to my cheeks. And then I am taking the Urban Decay Naked palette, and I use the color Virgin for my highlight on my cheeks. And so I just take the corner of this and I just dab it right there. And then I just highlight my cheeks with this color. I actually don't own any highlighting products because in all my eyeshadow palettes, they all come with a shimmery color that you can easily use as a highlight. And so I don't see the need to go out and buy a highlight, I guess. For my eyebrows, I use the e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the color in medium. And so I just take this cream color with an eyebrow liner. Well, this is like an eyeliner brush. I just use this for my eyebrows, and I just dip my brush into that, and I just naturally go with the eyebrow. And I just go back into the powder part of this little duo, and I just take this little powder brush that comes with it, I dip it in, and then I just set the gel cream eyebrow filler in. Afterwards, I go in with a little mascara wand, and then I just kind of brush them up, and I just kind of brush them up, and then they set. So then I go in with an eyeshadow brush, and I go back with the Naked Urban Decay palette, and I go into the color Virgin again, and I do this and just highlight my brow bone right there. And then for my lips, I am taking the NYX matte lipstick in the color Natural, and it looks like this. That's the makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.